Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to be back. So sorry it took me so long to upload, but some amazing things have happened while I haven't been uploading. I have actually graduated WGU. Well, I've sort of graduated. I have my graduation email and all that fun stuff. I don't have any more classes, but I've yet to receive my diploma. But no worries, I will be uploading once I get that. But I wanted to go ahead and come on here and tell you how November essentially went, because I've been doing a monthly update for each month that I've been in WGU, and November was my last month of my first term, and I was able to graduate within like the first 2 weeks of it. So let's get into it. So when November started, I only had 2 classes left to do. Now I actually had, for my first class that I had to do was elementary disciplinary literacy. Ooh, that was a long one, a big word, but or big words. Wow, I'm tired. Anyway, so I actually had 2 tasks for that one, and I actually had already submitted both of them. By the time November started, it just took a while for me to get my evaluations in. So my first task I passed November 2nd, and my second one I passed November 5th. So both of those passed, were super easy. If I remember correctly, I actually had to, no, that was the other one. Well, anyway, I just remember them being super easy and I was able to get through them extremely fast. But because I wasn't able to get the evaluations back and like say, hey, you're passed before October ended, that's why they're in my November update. But nothing big there. My second class I had to do in November was children's literature. Now this one, I can't remember how many tasks it had. I think it might have only had 1, but this one actually got sent back for revisions. So if you don't know what that means, sorry, my hair keeps getting in my mouth. If something gets sent back for revisions, they're essentially saying, hey, you messed up on this part, we need you to redo it. And on this one, I submitted it, and the next day I was looking at it again because it was like still pulled up on my laptop, and I realized I had messed up something, and I was like, maybe they won't notice. So with WGU and with any paper you're doing, you always want to make sure that you are citing all of your sources in text as well as using them on your reference page. Now, for this class, you had to like pick a children's book, and then you had to essentially like write a lesson plan around this book, and it was about using, it was about diversity was the topic that you had to find a book for, and you had to in turn kind of like promote diversity throughout your lesson while still applying all of the lesson objectives and state standards to the lesson. For literature, I believe is the one. So like English language arts standards. It might have been science. No, I think it was literature because the class is called children's literature. Anyway, so I did all that. And I, did the in-text citation whenever I mentioned the book, whenever I introduced the book, and then I used another source for something, and I did the in-text citation, but I realized I forgot to put that. I did the resource page perfectly, except I forgot one of like the 10 sources I was using. I did the in-text citation, I forgot to put it on the reference page. So I was like, okay, I can resubmit this now and wait like an additional 3 days to get it back, or I can pray that they don't catch it because there's so much on the page already. I was like, maybe they won't catch it, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to, accidentally copyright, because that's technically what it is. I was like, well, maybe they won't notice. So I went to bed because it was late, and I was like, they won't notice, I'm sure. Next morning I woke up and I was like, maybe I do need to redo that. I looked at my email, it had been sent right for revisions. So it was returned on November 9th for revisions. And it was literally, that was the only thing that was needing to be revised, was that they were like, you have your citations and references for this source, this source, this source, and this source, and your citation is there for the source, but you do not have the reference for it. So please fix that. So I went ahead and fixed that, turned it in like not even 5 minutes later. And I ended up getting it back in 2 days, so that was great. It wasn't the full 3 days that are usually required for evaluations. And whenever you do revisions, make sure that you highlight the part that you are revising, because I didn't do that on one of them, and they were like, you didn't revise it. And I was like, yes, I did, it's right here. So always make sure you highlight what you were revising. And some people have also said to make sure and write in the comment section on your submission like window, I revised this part, it's on page this is how I revised it, like do a summary kind of deal. I've never had to do that, but if you had to do like a big revision or maybe like a really, really tiny revision that it was like grammar or something, maybe put that on there. But anyway, I revised that, got it back in 2 days, passed, and that was my last class done. So I was done with my classes, and I emailed my mentor and told her, hey, I'm done with my classes. She was like, great. Earlier, I think in the end of October, she had me set up a meeting with her advisor or something, because I had to change programs, because the program I started out in was the Bachelor's of Arts in Elementary Education, which leads to licensure. However, with my current life situation right now, and I'm doing other schools as well right now, I wouldn't be able to do my student teaching or demonstration teaching, as it's called at WGU. So I was able to be cleared for a Bachelor's of Arts in Educational Studies in Elementary Education, which is essentially an education degree, but I can't go and teach right now unless I do it through alternative licensure, which I have a separate video about this. I'll try to insert it right here if I can figure out how to do that. I haven't been able to figure out how to do it yet, but maybe I will. But I have a separate video that I talk a little bit on this. I haven't really went that in depth into it because I didn't know a lot about it, but over the next few months, as I'm kind of, working on that, I can put another video out about that if you want more information. Or you can always just look it up, YouTube, other people have talked about it, so I'm gonna see this 1 minute. Maybe I'm not. I still feel like I need to, but it's not happening. Anyway, so I had to have a meeting with my mentor's advisor, or like, I guess it's like the person in charge of the teacher's college. I don't know. She was a very nice woman. I had a meeting with her over the phone, took like 5 minutes. She just, again, said, had to confirm why I was changing degrees, had to confirm that the college cannot refer me for licensure because I did not go through their licensing program. So I was like, okay, great. She told me what options I have to come back to WGU if I want to do student teaching in the future, if I want to go for a master's and get my licensure with a master's. I can do that in certain areas, not in specific degree programs because the classes are too similar, but there are other ones I could go to. Say if I wanted to do special education, I could go back for a master's in special education and get my licensure or stuff like that. But I had to have a meeting with her, and then I had to call back my mentor, have another meeting with her, have our last call. That was actually really emotional. I wasn't expecting it, but my mentor has been amazing this whole time. She's really like rooted for me, and I remember one time I called her and she was like, it was like our every other week meeting, and she was like, hey Brooklyn, how's it going? She always asked me that, and I'm like, oh, it's going good. I didn't get as much finished as I wanted to. I only got 1 class done this week, or I said, I only got 1 class done this week, and I was, aiming to get 2 or 3 done. And whenever I told her that I didn't feel like that this week had gone good, she was like, Brooklyn, some people, only get 1 class done a semester, and you're doing 1 a week. You're like the only person I know that I can talk to them and know, oh, when they say they're not doing good, they're actually doing pretty good. They're just not up to their standards. So she's always been really good about, reassuring me when I'm not meeting my goals, that it's okay. My overall goals are still intact. And I think she's the reason that I was able to complete so fast, because I've heard a lot of kind of horror stories about mentors not believing in their students and not allowing them to accelerate as fast as they want. So I'm very thankful that my mentor did. And I've had a lot of people actually comment asking if they can have my mentor's name, because I've talked about how good she is, and I'm not gonna release her name publicly because that's a little bit, I don't want to put someone's name out on the internet who doesn't want their name out there, and I just don't have that permission, and I feel like that's kind of an invasion of privacy to tell her name to the world, even if only 2 people see this. That's still not really okay. So I'm not gonna release her name, but just know I did get a really good one, and I'm really, really happy about that. If you are not happy with your mentor, you can ask to be changed, and I'm sure you'll end up with her if you say something about accelerating, because she's just great at it. Like, she got to the point where they're only, after you finish your 4 classes, they're only allowed, technically, or supposed to add 1 class for you. My mentor was adding 2 or 3 at a time for me because she knew I could handle it. And I really appreciate that, because like I said, I've gone through the Facebook pages and other videos and read about people being like, I finished a class in 1 day and my mentor wouldn't add another class for me for 2 weeks. Or I finished a class in half a day and my mentor would only add 1 class at a time and I had to wait 5 days to get a meeting with her. And that was totally not my experience, and I'm so excited. However, you do need to know that can happen. So I want to say thank you, mentor. I'm thinking your name right now. I'm not going to say it, but I really appreciate all she did for me. She's the reason I was able to succeed at this so quickly. Anyway, I had my final meeting with her. That was a really long rabbit trail. I was able to have my last meeting with her, and it was very emotional. I almost cried because of how much she's helped me. But then after that, she put in my graduation application, recommended me for graduation, and like submitted half an application. Then they sent me an email and were like, okay, finish your half the application. I did that. She said everything looks good. It's been she emailed me. She was like, thank you so much for working with me. Everything submitted looks good. And I had been transferred into the program after the call with my call with like the advisor lady. I can't remember her name or what her title was, but I had my call with her. I got transferred into the other program. My mentor submitted half my application. I finished it out. And then a couple days later, I got the graduation confirmation that my application had been submitted. And the day before Thanksgiving, or 2 days before, so November 23rd or 24th, I got an email saying congratulations on your graduation. And I wanted to show everyone my degree plan with all the check marks by it because I was so excited. I went to go look at it, and apparently after you graduate and you're on graduation status, you're on alumni status, you can no longer look at your degree plan. I have my transcript, like my unofficial transcript. I do not have my official transcript yet. That's supposed to get there like 2 business days after you get your graduation like confirmation and all those emails. Like I got like 5 emails after that. But because of the holidays and everything, I haven't gotten that yet. I also haven't gotten my paper diploma, obviously, in the mail yet. I will be letting you know when I get that. But yeah, I'm graduated. I've got it in some emails. I wanted to show you my full like page thing completed, but I don't got that. So just know I'm graduated. I think I can put my congratulations, like they like give you like a little banner that says congratulations grad. I think I can put that in. So I might, if I can find it, I'll put it in right now. But yeah, that's literally my November update, or October, November update, whatever you want to call it. I graduated. So yay, I'm done with school. I'm not a certified teacher or a licensed teacher, whatever you want to call it. But I do have my bachelor's degree and I got it in under 6 months. Now I will be doing a separate video all about how I accelerated, my takeaway from this program, if I feel that it was worth it, if I feel like WGU was the right choice, if I had wished I had gone to another university, and all of my thoughts about that, and as well as, you know, just tips, tricks, some help, you know, about how I accelerated. A lot of people have been asking me about my prior experience before I came to WGU. I did already have an associate's, however, it did not all transfer. I had to do 23 classes this term, so I think it was like, sorry, I had to stop recording for a minute and restart really quickly. But essentially, I think what we left off on is I had 23 classes that I was able to finish in under 6 months, almost 5 months. But yeah, that's all for my updates about WGU. I do have a really exciting announcement. Today is November 30th. I will hopefully be uploading this on the 1st. And hopefully on December 2nd, you will see my first Vlogmas. I'm going to try Vlogmas. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's where you vlog every single day up until Christmas. I'm gonna try it. I have a lot of fun things planned. I actually am going to Disney World for 5 days, I think. So that'll be really fun. I'm gonna go ahead and record all of that for y'all so you can see all of that. I'm really excited. So I cannot wait to share that with you. I'm also gonna be sharing some packing videos. I'll be vlogging whenever I get my diploma. As well as I will be trying to upload some just regular non-vlog style videos for those of you who like those better. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all of the content that will be coming soon.